Hey there, YouTube. Crypto Force here, bringing another daily dose of crypto. Today I got a coin I want to talk about that I have never mentioned before, and I really have just now started doing some research on it today. I find it pretty interesting. I think it's got room to grow. But before I go into that coin, I want to talk about real quick the market. As you can see, Bitcoin's pushing 4,200 again. This is great news. Ethereum's back above 300. We've got ADEX up over 50%. Neo's up, I believe, 17% right now. It's around 30 a share. It was, or 30 a coin. It was 34 earlier, I believe. So, and the reason ADEX is going up because they work in unison with Neo on the Neo platform. But great day in the market as far as cryptocurrencies go. I believe this is going to prove to the banking world cryptocurrencies do bounce back. These, you can create false bubbles from all this false news and people's opinions, but it's coming right back, and this is great stuff. So on to the coin I want to talk about. So the coin is Augur, and I'd heard about it, done a little research on it before, but not much. I think it's a really neat idea. It's basically future trends forecasting is what it is, and the way it works, they have what's called wisdom of the crowd. Now, if you ever saw the TV show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, how you got to phone a friend or you ask the audience, you had the different options. Well, the ask the audience one, in my mind, it kind of reflects what wisdom of the crowd is for Augur. So if you remember on that TV show, whenever you ask the audience, you get people, if I'd heard of the question, it'd say like, who was the president of the U.S. during the Civil War? Obviously it's Abraham Lincoln. Well, you had the four possible outcomes up there, and you probably get 95% of the people saying Abraham Lincoln. Well, then on a question you didn't really know the answer to, it was still like 60-70% of the people always got that question right, and I always found that was interesting, but I never really thought about it till I actually did research on Augur. And the wisdom of the crowd works in the same way. You have people that have what's called Augur reputation, and these people come in and they basically are able to use their tokens, and they gain reputation from predicting future events. Now I know this sounds kind of crazy, but it's kind of neat at the same time, and it's decentralized, so it can't be controlled, manipulated, so it's definitely a fair platform. And what happens is, you can go in and you can either ask a question like, what do you think Bitcoin's going to be in the future? Now, granted, this is totally speculative, but just through research, not mine, but just when you watch the video here on Augur, it talks about when people make decisions together, typically, they're much more than 50% right most of the time. So you can go in and bet dollar for dollar on this, and if it actually turns out to be the outcome that you said it was, you'll get rewarded for it. So it's a way to forecast future events in a sense, and at the same time you get rewarded for being correct. Now I know it's totally speculative, but I think it's a great, I'd say it's a great new, I don't want to say innovative tool, but it's a good idea. I think it's pretty neat, and it'll be, I think it'll be interesting to see what happens. One of the things that caught my eye about it's the price here, and it was up to around 35, 36 a share a couple months ago, and it dipped all the way down to 18 bucks a share. And last week, or the last couple weeks in the bloodbath during the China and Jamie Dimon comments, it got back down to 18, 14 actually, and we're starting to see some uptrend in it now. It's back up to around 20, which I think that's the bottom that we're going to see probably is 20, unless we get some more bad news from countries or banking officials that really shouldn't be sticking their nose in it. But anyhow, I think this thing definitely has some room to grow. The best point about it is the low circulating supply. Only 11 million coins. Now, I realize it's $21 a coin, which, yeah, that's a lot of money for a coin if you're used to spending less. But I think this definitely has the opportunity to, at least go to 30, 40 in the short term, I would think. It's a pretty cool project. It's headed by a pretty good team here. You got a lot of PhDs. This Joey Krug, he actually is he won I think it's called, let's see, 2016 the Thel Fellows. So Peter Thel, the guy who helped develop PayPal, the billionaire, that's into rockets and all that. He actually won the Thel Fellows Award, which Peter Thel diverts you from college and takes you a different road because, you know, not everybody needs college. Look at a lot of the billionaires are so smart they don't even go to college. So similar to this guy here, if you read about some of the stuff he's done. So anyway, it shows a decent team here, and Vitalik Buterin is on the board of advisors, which is pretty cool. So, you know, if you got any comments, questions, post them in the comment section below. You got any information about it, just give me a shout. I think it's definitely worth looking into. I'm not telling anybody to purchase it, but I think it's at a good price if you wanted to purchase it. I think it's got definitely a viable future. I think if anything else, it'll be a niche market that you know, it'll gain a lot of traction just because of its uniqueness. So, good luck in trading, guys. Keep pumping the markets, and as always, Crypto Force signing out.